Oh, so
18th century, this was covered with forest. And then in 1876, when people came into the Anuradhapur for living, they started renovating this. By 1902, this was declared open again after renovation.
okay.
Over to the king here.
Okay.
And then finally, when the kingdom changed, it was also been taken to the particular kingdom, and finally it has been placed in Kandy, the temple of the two. The mother of that great king, Dutu Gamunu.
Vihar Mahadevi.
Vihar Mahadevi.
Abad.
We go to the shrine room and then have a visit around. And third monastery was started in 3rd century AD. All the three monasteries were running till about 10th century AD.
Okay. Chinese.
They come throughout the year. From India, from China, people come throughout the year. Europeans often July, August, and again November to April they come.
April.
So during 2nd century BC, we were discussing, there was an invaded king in Anuradhapura. A prince from southern part of the country didn't tolerate it. So he discussed it with the father, the king. He said, no, I am happy with my southern part, so you don't worry. Then mother said, yes, we'll have a war and destroy the enemy king, and then we'll unite the country. Then in these circumstances, there was a problem in the palace between the son and the father. Always it is there.
Yeah.
And then son went out of the palace. Mother helped the son to become the king and to unite the whole country. And then with the consent of the father, mother made a good army. By this time, son was out of the palace. Then food was prepared, army was done. Then father was doing it, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, for the future war. And then after the death of the father, son came to the palace, became the king, and then he marched an army. He became the king here after destroying the enemy king. And then that mother is even today considered the most heroic mother we had. That prince is considered the most heroic king we had.
What's their name?
King Dutu Gamunu.
Dutu Gamunu. And mother?
Mother is Vihar Mahadevi.
Vihar Mahadevi.
Gamunu is the name.
Gamunu.
Dutu is adjective, going against. Going against. Virod. Yeah. Going against. And the history... Protestant. History says the son, while hiding in the mountains, he had sent jewelries for the father. Thinking he's a coward. Mau udah keren deh. Mana? Ona kian deh? Balai.
These are new.
You can see old ones when we go to
Other places.
First we go into the shrine room and then come here. The supported one is the oldest. Oh. So monks who were living inside, they were safe, protected from rain. This is how they managed the water. They had a water management system. When an irrigation system they had.
હા બોલ એનું આખું એનું જ રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ.
And these are first letters. These are first letters. These are called Brahmi letters. Brahmi letters. And they were changed gradually by about 10th century AD. After 1,300 years, the present Sinhalese alphabet was started.
Okay.
From the
Sinhalese
Sinhalese started
originated from
Brahmi.
Brahmi.
This line says,
Brahmi આપણે હોય છે language.
The monks who were in the past, who are present,
And
who
will
will
remain
be in the future,
future. They are going to stay
given,
here.
I have been given, dedicated these caves.
Okay.
That's the idea. All the
Some letters are similar to English letter. I love.
Madam, the
But
reason
it
is, at the beginning they could not write, easy to write lines,
Not the curve.
not the curve. And then later, now our letters are curved. The reason, after writing on granite, they started writing on ola leaves. Leaves like, palm leaves.
Palm leaves and
Palm leaves. On palm leaves, they could not write straight lines.
Yeah.
They could circle, round.
This is granite.
This is granite.
Oh,
Correct.
अच्छा.
They have been cut and shaped to the size of the people. So monks who were living in,
can go
they were
inside.
safe. First caves in which monks were living. Okay. Madam, please be careful here.
What is that?
Hmm?
These clothes.
These are flags.
Flags.
Say some people, it is not a Buddhistic idea.
Okay.
When they have a bad time, they come here, not only here, to all the temples, they make promises, vows, to avoid bad time, to get the good time.
It's psychological. Linga and all.
So then, when he was old, he met a small monk called Nigrodha. Monk was passing in front of the palace. Then the king saw the monk and monk was summoned to the palace. And then king said, sit in a place which is suitable for you. Then monk sat on the throne of the king. Then king noticed this should be an extraordinary person. Then asked who you are. Then I said, I am a follower of Buddha. And then tell me the doctrine of the Buddha. Then after hearing the doctrine of the Buddha, king became a Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Oh,
And then he wanted to give this good doctrine to the other conquered areas. So he appointed 9 delegations to 9 provinces. So his son, Mahinda Thero, came to Sri Lanka. And daughter came to Sri Lanka with the Bodhi tree.
Bodhi tree.
That's how he became a Buddha. And Asian parts, even Pakistan, Indonesia,
China.
Afghanistan, they were Buddhist countries.
Yes,
now,
yes.
Now different.
Yeah.
So many idols.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. The branch, not the big
Branch.
one, the small branch, not the big one. Buddha was meditating under this in India in 6th
6th
century,
century BC.
in Bodh Gaya.
Hmm.
People come under the Bodhi tree, they worship the Bodhi tree because this helped the Buddha. And Buddha also respected the Bodhi tree for 7 days. He was looking at the Bodhi tree for 7 days without blinking. After that, after that, this became a religious object. About 500 monks had lived in this area. And then later the kings developed buildings for the monks. Even buildings, fourth floor, fifth floor, till up to 9th floor, they had built buildings for the monks. The first layer with granite, the rest of the construction with wood. That's how in the past, Sri Lankans had this technology to work with wood, to work with granite, to manage water.
BC.
BC. BC. Yeah. Okay? Okay. And then pillar inscription and slab inscription. Now we saw 2 kinds of inscriptions. We can see one better one. When we go to the museum, I will show you a slab inscription and pillar inscription. Madam, can you? Please. Even in the hot sun, this is cool.
Marble.
Not the marble.
Like marble. Like marble.
Crystal.
Building. And then during the invasion, all were destroyed. Now this was restored recently to the former level. They are not going to have the walls and the roof. Only the foundation is shown.
A very thick wall.
Yeah, that is true.
Video.
કમળનું તળાવ છે આખું હોટેલની પાછળની બાજુ. हमारी होटल अनुराधापुर पूरा. And he is our manager. Yes. Hello.
Store water during the rainy season. So they selected a higher area in the ground. And they selected the jungle part there. When it rains to the jungle, the roots of the trees, bushes and grass act as a filter. So no garbage entered to the tank. So this is pure water.
Pure water.
And now we can't drink this water, but when we were smaller, we could drink this water. This was very pure. Now we use this water for bathing, washing, finally for agriculture. Okay, now we go to see the stupa there.
Hmm.
The older one.
Old one.
2,200 years ago, this was built by the prince that I was telling you.
Hmm.
We are going closer.
Okay.
So, after becoming the king here, he wanted to have a symbol of winning the war, like. And then he built the stupa during his last part of the reign.
Hmm. Busy.
Descendants, descendants of India, very old.
That is early history of the Sri Lankan ruler.
Prince Vijaya
That
had a boy.
before Ashoka.
Yeah, before Ashoka.
Yeah.
Prince Vijaya had a son.
Hmm.
Prince Vijaya got a local lady as the wife.
Hmm.
So when he developed as a king, his ministers were advising him, this local lady is not suitable for us, so we'll take an Indian woman, a royal princess. And then Sri Lankan woman was lamenting highly, if the two children don't let us leave. Then she was chased away to the mountainous areas. So the history says, children from Vijaya became Vedas in Sri Lanka. Prince Vijaya accompanied another lady from India as his wife. She didn't have children. So they say it's the curse, huh?
Yeah.
And then another prince called Panduvasudeva was brought to Sri Lanka to make the king. And then his descendants became Sri Lankan kings later. Okay. And then every king looked after the monks with giving houses, with all the facilities were given by the king for the monks. Then the monk advised the king in ruling. This is the way that you rule.
Monastery, yeah.
And then king looked at the people as a father. People respected to the king as a father. So the country was running.
Yeah.
The kingdom was running till about 10th century AD, 1500 years. And then Cholas invaded Sri Lanka.
Chola.
And then Anuradhapur was destroyed as the kingdom. Invaders started their kingdom in Polonnaru. 150 kilometers away
from Anuradhapur.
That's more inner.
This is northern area.
Yeah, our north is close to south of India. So when southern Indian kings became powerful, they destroyed northern part of Sri Lanka. So when the kingdom was taken into middle, they found it difficult to invade. As a strategy,
They have shifted
to middle. Finally, our kingdom is in
Kandy.
After Polonnaru, another king, Sinhalese prince, destroyed the invaders' kingdom, and he became the king there in Polonnaru. And then Polonnaru was also destroyed by Kalinga Maga. Maga, another invader from Kalinga part of India.
Kalinga.
That is
this type it is called Orissa.
Then finally kingdom became Kandy. During the Kandian time, Portuguese came to Sri Lanka to search for spices. In Indian,
all European
started
for spice.
coming, and then the reason is the Islamics were raising the prices. So the Europeans didn't tolerate it. They themselves had ships, so they started coming to Indian Ocean. And then Portuguese came.
First Vasco da Gama.
Then after that, Dutch came in 16th century. Then in 17th century, British came. English came. They were in India. And then during the British time, Sri Lankan people started coming into the country. Then by this time, from 10th century to 18th century, Anuradhapur was abandoned. People were not living. All these were covered with forest. And then during the British time, people started coming into the country. And then with the help of British, all these were restored to a certain extent. Now we are going to see three monasteries, monuments of three monasteries. First one, second one, third one. And in 1982, Anuradhapur was made a World Heritage City by UNESCO.
This is
Heritage.
the third largest city in Sri Lanka. Anuradhapur.
Anuradhapur, land-wise, this is the biggest district. Land-wise, less population. When you go to Kandy, Colombo,
Highly
Galle,
populated.
population is much.
Very
land
densely
is little.
populated.
Okay, then now we'll visit
Yeah.
the caves.
What is this cave?
Vessagiriya.
Vatsagiriya.
Vessagiriya.
Vatsagiriya.
Vessagiriya.
Sigiriya means what?
No, that is Sigiriya is
Sigiriya is
Lion's
different.
Rock.
Okay.
That is Lion's Rock. This is
Ah,
Vessagiriya.
Vatsagiriya.
Giriya is mountain.
Mountain. Giri.
Giri is
Okay, yeah.
mountain. Giri is mountain.
चला से Vatsagiriya.
There you see peacocks.
Yeah.
In this area there are many peacocks. With the introduction of Buddhism, the lifestyle of the people changed. In Sri Lanka, they had iron technology. With iron chisels, they could cut granite. This is the way that they cut granite. They had small holes, and to the hole they fixed a kind of wood, and to the wood they put water. With water,
It
wood
will
expands.
expand and break.
This is the first cut of the rocks. And also in Anuradhapur there are granite constructions, the pillars. On pillars they build wooden construction. So that wooden construction was protected by the from the termites. For exams, for protection, for health and so on. People make their offerings to Sankar for protection, to avoid, say for example, before going to the courts, they come to Sankar and they want less punishment from the court. They work,
Yeah.
so they come here.
Okay.
It's the red color.
Fine.
Say in the village, if you trouble me, I go to the police, then police don't give me a good answer because you are good with the police.
So they are helpless.
I come here, then I tell, Deepak is troubling me, punish it. Then after a few days, I see you in problems.
Okay.
Then I'm a happier man. I come here, make offerings. It
Okay.
is not a Buddhistic idea,
Yeah.
but still in the village, people practice.
Yes, it is just for their positiveness.
Yeah, that's there. Okay, please, madam. We call this the gatehouse. And this was a building with the roof. People could keep their bag, shoes and everything before they enter.
Okay.
And it's a special thing in Sri Lanka. In every stupa, every temple, there are 4 entrances. The idea is all parts of the world people could come. And the other hand, the blessings of the Buddha, the stupa, spread equally
In
to
all
the
directions.
parts. Yeah. This was built in 1st century BC
Okay.
by King Valagamba. During, say, when he was smaller, he was given the kingship. So, knowing that, 7 invaders from India came to Sri Lanka to invade Anuradhapur.
Okay.
And then the prince, king, he did not face the invaders. Leaving the kingdom, he fled. So, then the invaders were ruling here for 14 years. Then the prince was hiding in the mountainous part of the country for that time. And then as a grown-up person, he came to Anuradhapura, destroyed the enemies, and then as a token of war victory, he built the stupa.
Okay.
And this prince is the youngest son of King Yamunu's younger brother. Okay. That's how the generation came.
Yeah.
The best moonstone we have, this is the entrance. So according to Buddhist idea, in 19th century the scholars gave a Buddhistic interpretation for these symbols. The sand terrace is the world that we are living in. And outer band we have fire-like symbols.
Okay.
They give you the idea the suffering that we have in the world. It's true that we have all the facilities.
These are the flames.
But still the flames give the idea the suffering that we have. Then we have 4 animals occurring one after the other. Elephant, horse, lion, bull. Again elephant, horse, lion, bull. According to Buddhism, there are 4 fears in the life. The death, birth, getting sick, old age, death. Again birth. This is the continuous life
Cycle.
that we have, cycle. So cycle is depicted through the 4 animals.
Okay.
Then we have the bigger foliage. It's a complicated, big foliage that symbolizes the mental, emotional status that we have. Say, the anger, lust, craving, all are in us. So while hiding anger, you can talk and laugh to a person. So that is the complicatedness that we have. Then we have the swan. Swan is a bird. It can differentiate water and milk. So, like the swan does so, we must be able to select
Differentiate.
good and bad from the society.
Yeah.
Ksheera Neerata Bhavat.
Yeah.
We
Sheer
say
means
Uh-huh.
water.
Ksheer means
Milk.
and Neer means water.
Water.
Ksheera Neerata
She
Bhavat.
differentiate.
Once we are able to differentiate that, the mental status or emotions are like a smaller foliage. Once we are able to understand this, the life is like a lotus, a pure
Lotus
one.
petal.
With this idea, one can go into the building, worship Buddha and come with an understanding. This is the idea behind the moonstone.
Okay.
Okay, shall we then?
Yeah.
Please come. And this is the entrance. This was the main building in this monastery. The chief monks had their conferences. This was the conference hall, the chapter house-like place. And this was decorated with gems. Hence, this is called Ratna Prasad.
Ratna Prasad.
That model.
Yeah, we saw there.
Yeah.
પાડું છું ને તારું જ પાડું છું.
And the first floor was with granite.
છોકરા નહીં જોયું.
જોશે જોશે.
The first floor was with granite pillars. Rest
Then
of
wooden.
the construction with wood.
Wood.
Okay, then we'll not go close. And here, they stay here. Only water go out.
Okay.
Sediments were taken later.
Solid waste management.
Solid waste management. Now we are in the 21st century. We don't. have this.
We suffer
We send
because of that
everything
only.
in one drainage.
Yeah. It is the biggest.
Literature. belong to these three kingdoms.
Okay.
These drawings belong to Kandyan time with colorful decorations. When you go to Anuradhapur or Polonnaruwa, colors were not much used. The art was with granite and dolomite.
Okay.
When it comes to Kandyan time, with cement, brick. And so. Vishnu is the guardian of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. And they
Here.
have been destroyed by invaders in 10th century AD. They have been destroyed. And this was a roofed building with the roof and so on.
Okay.
And this was the architectural design that they had around 4th century AD. Everywhere we have this 5 building concept.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Everywhere this was the
ચારે કોર્નર ઉપર અને પછી વચ્ચે.
It was abandoned in 10th century AD. This was covered with forest like that. And when we were smaller, like 10 to 15, we saw this as a mountain.
Okay.
And at that time we didn't know the history and everything. So these were mountain for us.
Mountain for you.
And then in 1982, Anuradhapur was declared as a World Heritage
World
City.
Heritage
And then this was restored recently, 2005,
Okay.
to this level.
Very recently.
This round part is as it is. The upper one is, I think,
That
renovated.
part was renovated. No, I would say this was covered with forest. Then whole forest was removed with the soil. The brick had become soil.
Okay.
And then outer brick layer was given around.
Okay.
And the first surface was done. Now the UNESCO wants to keep this as a brick monument,
Okay.
not as renovated for white.
Yeah.
They say white gives new
New.
quality. So they want to deviate from that. They want to keep it as an ancient monument. Okay, please come.
Always inside the soup we cannot go.
Solid, inside is solid.
Okay.
They say, that's a good question. When this was built, every bigger stupers, they dig the soil to the bottom rock, the bedrock. And from there, with the foundation, they came, and this curve was done. Here. Okay, madam, we'll get down here to see 2 monuments. Please come. Madam, be careful when you open the door. Okay, ma'am.
ઘણાને આ પસંદ નથી એમ કે છે. જે લોકો રિલિજિયસ હોય ને એને એમ થાય ને કે આ જૂનું બધું બગાડી નાખ્યું.
And this was started in 1st century BC and continued till 10th century AD. And there were 4 faculties here for the monks. One complete faculty for the foreign monks in the corner. We are going there. And 5,000 monks were living in 5th century AD.
Okay.
5,000 monks. Monks from China, Java, Indonesia, they were in India, Kashmir. They were living here, studying Buddhism. 12 subjects had been taught here. Now we are in the second monastery, Avarani.
અભયગીરી.
All the monuments here inside the relics, and they have been kept inside to see us. They were all scattered around. Now they are kept. This building was given or donation by the Chinese government. Here in this monastery there were Chinese monks. One monk I remember, Fashion. He came here. Yung Xiang, he was staying in India.
Yeah.
From there he was right.
UN son.
Yes,
To respect Chinese monks, Chinese government donated this building complex. And this has been converted to a modern museum now.
Okay.
The artist read the qualities and the nature of Buddha, and then they got the idea how Buddha looks like.
How it should look like.
Yeah. And with the high imaginative power, they did the sculpture. So they gave life to a dead stone.
Okay.
That's the marvel of it. Samadhi Buddha.
Samadhi.
Is
Yeah.
deep meditation.
So meditation.
Deep meditation. Samadhi Buddha. Take a photo, you take from this angle. When you go closer and take a photo, the head touches the bar there. German photographer was telling me it. When you go closer and take photos, the head touches because of this angle.
Yeah.
When you take it here, you can
From
take the clean
away, yeah,
photos.
clean
Yeah. When you take closer, you take this kind of.
Yeah.
So he was telling me.
Yeah.
Got me?
Yeah. Weird. So all educated people will start following that,
Yeah. You will not
and
buy.
yeah.
In my case, for nearly 4-5 years, I don't buy shopping bags.
Yeah.
I don't. Even now the fish vendors, fish market.
ઉતારું છું.
નથી ઉતારે છે.
પણ મારે તને શું વાંધો? હા છે ને તમે 5 વર્ષ પછી એપ્રિશિએટ કરો.
This is the
Maka
biggest pond
Okay.
in Sri Lanka, which is man-made. This is called elephant pond
Okay.
because of the size.
Yeah, huge.
This was used by monks for bathing and washing purposes.
Okay.
And here, during the rainy season, water level goes up. When there is no rain, water is given through reservoirs up there through 2 tunnels.
To input.
Input water. So
Acha,
here water
inlet
is
पर.
taken in. There also water is taken
in.
through underground tunnels. Many.
જો આમાં પાછું આમ એક પછી બે સ્ટેપ છે.
લેવલ છે ત્યાં પણ
Many
નહીં
say
આ ઓલી જે આઉટલેટ છે ને.
એનું જ કહું છું ઇનલેટ છે એ લેવલ છે.
the second one is to say from the drainage when water goes down, the bottom is damaged. When water put there, water is spread. To spread the falling that has been done.
Second one. Yeah.
To minimize the. This was a building with a roof.
Okay.
This was building with a roof.
Big
You can see the
pillars.
around. Inside also there had been pillars. And say in 1982 this was covered with soil. And then soil cover was removed and this was excavated.
Archaeological.
Archaeological work. Please come, madam, please. Just think of modern buffet that we have now. Like that. Madam, should I come?
No.
Can you manage?
No, first I have to.
Be careful, huh?
No.
In the bottom there had been charcoal, fire to keep the food warm. And there were vessels, bronze vessels, iron vessels on. And there were attendants here to serve food. Monks came in a row to receive food. With food, they went to their separate chambers.
Okay.
And they had not
Buffet system.
Eaten inside.
Sleep.
Madam, when there were 5,000 monks here, there had been sick monks and older monks. Older monks who didn't have teeth. So food was put here and food was crushed here
Crushed.
with the grooves
Okay.
to soften the food.
Mhm.
So this was the way that sick monks and older monks were given food.
Hmm.
Madam?